Hi, so in this video we will learn how we can create a Azure pipeline using the ReactJS for the GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform, and Google Kubernetes Cluster, that is GKE. So let's get started. So this is our GKE portal, and I will search for Kubernetes clusters, and now click on the create. Go with the default, so I will go with the autopilot and click on the create. So this may take a little while. So meanwhile, I will create a Docker repository. So go to the Docker Hub and click on the repository. Click on a create repository and give it a name as React GCP. Okay. So now we will go to the dev.azure to create a new project. Meanwhile, our GCP Kubernetes service is getting created. We will do some more setup. So I'll create a new project, React GCP, and click on the create. Okay. So now go to the command prompt, and here what we will do, we will create a fresh React.js app. So npx create React app and name it to React GCP. So this may take a little while. So let's test on the local side. npm start. Let's try again. So it's working on local. So now let's push this repository into the remote one. So what I will do is click on the repo and click this line, just paste over there, and then git push, just click or select and this and paste. Okay. So now what we'll do, we'll go to the repo and check whether everything is fine. Yes. Now create a Docker file, and in the Docker file I'll just paste this few lines of code. That is uh, this is very simple. Like, you have a base image, then you create a working directory, you copy package.json into the working directory, then you are using the npm install to download all the packages, and then you run the npm build and you run npm start. So this is the simple, and let's commit. Now we will create Azure pipeline. So just click on the repo, select our repo, and just click on the node.js. And because our library currently is 18x, so we will use 18 and save and run. This is a simple build line pipeline. Then we'll come to the Docker and Kubernetes task to check actually whether everything is working or not. Okay, so it's working fine. So now we need two service connection. One is for Docker and one is for Kubernetes. So click on the project setting and click on the service connection, and then just click on this Docker registry. Next, and fill up the values. You need a username and password for your Docker Hub. and just verify. Okay, so my password might be wrong. Verify again. It got success. Give it a name, Docker con, and say grant success, and verify and save. Meanwhile, see whether our Kubernetes service is still in the deploying stage. So meanwhile, I'll pause the video and wait for time. In fact, meanwhile, even go to the repo and we can create some Kubernetes folder as well, because we'll require a deployment folder. So that is deployment files, so K8s, and I'll just give name as a deployment YAML. Okay, so deployment YAML contains this kind of code. I will just change it to React GCP. I'll just paste everywhere. Okay, so this block of code is a deployment, and this is a service. Service is for exposing the outside world, that is a public IP, that is a load balancer, and it has a target port. Target port is a container port, and this is the port on which we will access our service from outside. Okay, so the target port is container, which is reflect to the deployment. There is a container port, and the container is pulling the image from React GCP repository, and this would be the latest one. So rest of the things are pretty busy. Metadata, specification driven details are there. Now our GKE cluster is ready. So click on here and click connect, copy, and try here. So make sure that you have a gcloud CLI is installed on your machine. Okay, so now check kubectl, get nodes. Okay, this is fine. So now let's go to the deployment on a repo and create a service connection for the Kubernetes. So click on the service connection, click on a new service connection and search for the Kubernetes. And click on this service account. So for this we need to create a service account and secret. So let's go to the command line, go back to here, and I have sa.yaml file. So I just check sa.yaml file, and this is the block of the code for YAML file for the service account. So it's very simple. We just create a service account, and then we create a secret which is related to service account, and then we create a roles for create, update, and delete, and then we bind this role with the secret and service account. Okay, so let's create it. kubectl apply -f sa yml. So now if we go to repo, it is ask is give some recommendation how to get the basic dialog box values like server URL and secret. Just copy this and paste over there in wherever you created a secret. So you got an IP address, just copy it and paste into server URL. Now how we can get the secret? Just click over here and paste, and we do not have namespace. So this is a secret we already have created. Just use that secret. So the JSON, whole JSON, you copy it and paste into the secret dialog box. Give the name as kubecon and grant access. And now go to the repo and go to the pipeline. Just edit the pipeline And here we will first, I think, Docker, just select the Docker and put the repository.io slash your user ID and slash your repository name. Okay, command as building and pushing, and then we have tag as the latest one, and then add it. So a task for the Kubernetes on the left hand side, if you can see, had added. So again, this task will build and push our image to the repository of the Docker Hub. So now create a Kubernetes task. So select Kubernetes and select the deploy to Kubernetes. Fill up these values, kubecon, and then manifest is the path where our deployment files are residing. Now create as deploy.yaml. So all look good, add it, and that's it. So now save it and run the pipeline, and let's see. So we'll wait for time. I'll pause the video for that time. Okay, so look like our deployment got successful. Now go to the command prompt and check kubectl get all, and we can try this IP address and check, and that's it. Our React app is successfully deployed on the Kubernetes, that is GKE. And once you're done, just make sure that you delete your Kubernetes cluster if you're not no longer using it, because it may cost you. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.